If you want to hear about all 6 polo shirts I made for my husband, then please stay tuned. Happy Hump Day Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back in today. I greatly appreciate it. For those who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I greatly appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, consider subscribing, and don't forget to thumbs up the video, and don't forget to hit the bell. It helps more than you know. You know that YouTube algorithm stuff. Before I jump in, make sure you stay tuned for Sunday. That's going to be a good video. I will be going over my closing day dresses, and I'm going to ask you to vote on which dress. At least I'm going to have you give me 3 options, but we'll talk about that on Sunday. But anyway, I want to come in today because you all saw my video on Sunday. I had the mini haul and everything. I am coming in to bring you just all 6. If you all remember, it was a previous video I talked about. I did a lot of batch cutting, and I did batch cutting of the this is the pattern is Jalie 3137, and I'll pop it up here as well. And so you all know this is a T&T for the husband, his the polo shirts, because he's very simple. He just likes polo shirts and simple short sleeve button-ups, or if he likes button-up long sleeve, is for church. But for the most part, he's wearing polos 90% of the time, and then maybe 70%, and then 30% is button-up, just simple button-up short sleeve shirts. So anyway, I decided, because he said he wanted some more because he likes the fit of the Jalie 3137, and so it became his T&T. I've made him 4, I want to say, previously. My first few couple were just not good at all, and I took notes, I thought, and but not as extensive. I think I just took down bullets, but this time I actually wrote out things a little bit more, because there were a couple things I did. I made a couple mistakes on a couple of them, and I was thinking, what did I say about this pattern before? Other than, you all know, full disclosure, I do not like the instructions of this pattern. I do not. But having made it, now this is 6, and I want to say I've made him 4 previously. I've made 10, and so the thing that gave me the most pause or the most confusion was putting in the placket. You all know I've talked about this before, but I'll remind you again. Go check out, if you have this pattern, go check out Myra Lorraine, my good friend. She did a whole tutorial for how to do the placket on this particular pattern, because the instructions aren't very clear for that. That was the only thing, but it really is a easy pattern to put together. I did do a couple things that I will share with you, but I want to jump into all of these looks, and I'll have video. You're gonna see my husband acting silly and everything like that. But I said, I'm recording you. He said, okay, so we're gonna show it. But anyway, so yeah, I have 6 here, and before I jump into the review, I am wearing McCall 7742. If you recall, this was a collaboration I did during the sewing buzz. I had the guest Simply Delilah on, and we did this, and then I did a separate review, so I'll leave a review for this. Absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite fabrics, a rayon tally from one of my favorite fabric stores. So much fabric, and she still has this. She still has some of this left. I was shocked, but anyway, she still had, I think she had got a lot of this one. It was, maybe it was just real popular like that, but it is beautiful. Love, love, love. So like I said, this is the Jalie 3137. A couple things about the pattern. My husband you do have the option to do pockets on the front, tabs on the shoulders, things of that nature. My husband is not into none of that. So all of the ones I've made him never had pockets. The one time, once I started, I think, I don't know if it was the third probably the third one I initially made for him, I decided to use snaps instead of buttons. See, this is what happens when you start sewing for your husband, significant other, or people in your family, whoever, and you decide, oh, I'll make you this, and then you start showing them options and how it's made, and then you start telling them about the fabric and how does that feel. All of a sudden we got requests. All of a sudden, well, you know, I want snaps on all of them, and I don't want the snap all the way up at the top because I don't button it all the way up at the top. Understood? He don't. And so, yeah, y'all, every last one of these have snaps on them. And so, but I'll share that with you. And so a couple things besides, you know, no pockets on the front, no shoulder tabs, none of that. Another thing that I have done that the pattern doesn't have you do is, wait a minute, let me grab my notes. Okay, I want to make sure I had my notes for this. The pattern does not have you create 2 yoke pieces. It only calls for 1 yoke piece. But when I initially made this early on, Myra had said she did the double yoke so you can do the burrito method. You have that clean on the inside so you don't see the stitching in there. So every last one of these have the double yoke so I can do the burrito method. The other thing I've done is, because I did the burrito method, I also enclosed the shoulder seams. So then with the, you know, with the burrito method, then you finishing off the shoulders, and so all of the shoulder seams are enclosed, so no exposure for the shoulder seams or the back yoke. The only seams you see that are sewn, which are everything was serged, is the underarms and side seams, you know, and then the hem. The last thing is the pattern calls for a sleeve band. Now, I've done the sleeve band on my husband's previous polos, and he wasn't, you know, it didn't matter to him. He was fine with the length of the sleeve, but then when I did it without the sleeve band, he liked that just as much. So I decided to omit the sleeve band on all of these polos, and that speed up the time on doing this. Now, why do I batch cut? Let me just tell you that, and batch sew. If you all know, anytime I sew for my husband and he asks for something specific, I will make like 6 of them. Remember the shorts I made for him, and then the jogging pants, those were the True Bias, where are they, the Hudsons for men? I think that's the name of it. But anyway, I had cut out 6, made 6 pair. He was good. And then I think I did only 2 or 3 of the jogging pants. But at any rate, when I do that, is because it's very simple. And then my husband is real easy, where all he wants is multiple colors of the exact same thing, because that's what he likes. So that's easy for me to do, and so hence I will do batch cutting. Now for this one, I really didn't do the batch sewing, where you know how sometimes with batch sewing people might sew all the sleeves, especially if the same thread color, all the sleeves of the item at the same time for all the pieces. And I didn't do any of that, just because I wanted to make sure. The thing I knew always gave me trouble was the placket, so I wanted to take my time on each of them and do things a little bit different. But I did batch cut everything. I only had to change my thread out. I used 3 different colored threads on my sewing machine, and 2 different colored threads on my 3 different colored threads on my serger. So 3 and 3. And so that wasn't bad, because 4 of the 6 polos was all black thread. The other 2 were the only 2 I need. The last 2 are the ones I need to change the thread for. So in a nutshell, that is it about the pattern. I found for the most part the instructions, and the instructions, I will say, come with pictures as well, a pictorial, which the pictorial to me in some ways is a little easier to follow than the reading the instructions. But when you go with them hand to hand, it's all good except for that placket. And so thank you, Myra, for your tutorial. I will leave that down in the description box if this pattern is something you might be interested in. And so that, I'm just looking at my notes. Because all of these have snaps on them, and there's 4 snaps on each shirt, and there's 6 shirts, that means I had to make 26 holes all together. You all know I have table presses, and I use cam snaps. I have the cam snap table press. For those who are new to my channel, I've already done a full review. I have 2 table presses, one from Gold Star, one from Cam Snaps. These were all handled with Cam Snaps, and I showed in the video how to use it, how to put in snaps, all of that. So I'll link to those videos down in the description box, and you can go check those out if you're interested. I'm not going over any of that in here. But I will say, because I had to do 24 holes, I'm counting in my head, there was a mistake. I did end up making a mistake on one of them. And I made the mistake on one of the ones because I told him after he saw all of them, I said, okay, quick, without really meditating, tell me which are your favorite 2, because those are the ones I said he can take pictures in. I'm thinking he was going to choose the color block one and this other one, and no, of course he chose the solid green one, Green Bay Packers, all of that, but I messed up on that one, so I didn't have him take a picture in that, and I'll share with you what I did. So let's jump in. These are the ones from Destashify. You all know I had recently hauled some fabric from Destashify, and I told you how I scored on the athletic wicking fabric. And this is the one, it was 6 pieces, and they were supposed to be a yard a piece. But this one, this peach one, was almost closer to 2 yards, which was nice. And so what I did, I have enough left over for me, because I'll be making those out of finishing up my workout wear. So this is one of his favorites. He absolutely loved this color. As you can tell, it's a peach color. Yeah, it is coming across. Let me hold it up so you can kind of see the design in there. See that that nice little design in there? He absolutely loves this. And he has peach, well, it's I'm calling it peach, but he has the peach snaps in it. Whoops. As you can tell, these were from Cam Snaps. So the peach snaps obviously are the plastic snaps. And so again, like I said, the double yoke, everything. The other thing I did was I stabilized the slit. So each shirt has these side slits. So what I did was I used heat bond, because you know how you turn that in on the inside. I use heat bond to seal it down first, and then I stitched around it instead of just turning it and stitching it, because I found in his earlier shirts this would get wavy or wrinkle very easily, and it could be a couple things. Probably the most telling is probably maybe the fabric I used initially for those, and that it was always, you know, wavy, and you really had to give it a good press to get it straightened again. But this time on all of them, I stabilized with heat bond first, and then, you know, did the normal stitch, how you stitch all the way around. So I did that. The other thing I did, because the placket, let me make sure you can see that. As you can tell, if you can, hopefully you can see that the placket, yeah, that placket, to get that straight line, what I found is very helpful. I'm gonna take this off the hanger, but I did this for I did this for 4 of them. After I did 2, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I do that. So I've started, because the instructions call when you do put the when you're working on the placket, and you need to it calls you to what am I trying to say, stabilize the area with cellophane tape. But I found, because you do peel the tape off as you're going through the instructions, but I found that it just still wasn't stable enough behind that placket. So what I've done, and probably used a little bigger of a stay tape than I needed to, but I put stay tape in this area. Hopefully you can see that. So when I am, because there's this little triangle piece that pokes out, and you put all of the pieces together, I found to really stabilize and get a nice a really nice squared off bottom of the placket. I just stabilized the wrong side. So I was able to do that. I did that on 4 of them. The first 2, totally forgot. It didn't dawn on me until I was starting to work on the 3rd one. I was like, oh yeah, I always stabilize these areas. The other thing is that I wanted to say is I did get better. The first 2, again, not really remembering how I did these before, because it's been a couple years since I made these form. I struggle with collars. I think that's something I need to practice just a little bit more. I know it's something I need to work on, collars, for sure. Because the first ones I finished was the black one. I'll show that one with you. But my points aren't as pointy as this. They look fine from a distance. You can't tell the difference. But you know, when you're working on something, you like, oh, that's not quite, you know, how I would, you know, wanted to finish it. But it finished fine. Everything turned out nice. This is one of his favorites because it's a different color. This one I thought he was going to choose as his favorite because it's color block. I decided and it's color block because I literally had, I think this one was one that was like literally a yard. This is from Destashify, or just a little over a yard. So I only had enough to do the front, the back, the sleeves, and the back yoke. But the inside, if you can tell, let me actually take this off of the hanger. If you can tell, the inside is actually color blocked. So that's the inside. And then, so for the collar, the placket, I decided to use the black. So I thought he liked this one too. I think this is maybe his 3rd favorite. He likes all of them, but I was like, pick a favorite. but anyway, so, and that one turned out really nice. So this was my 2nd Destashify make. Again, it's out of that athletic wicking, which is perfect. So if he sweats in it, you know, down here while it's hot, it is perfectly fine. The last Destashify fabric is this red one, remember? And this one I think was a little over a yard, but I was able to get all of the pieces out of it. And the same thing, oh, did I tell you, this one has the plastic cam snaps. I didn't want to do utility snaps on this, so only the peach one and this one had the plastic snaps. The rest of them had the utility snaps on them. So as you can tell, these are utility snaps. And so but yeah, same thing, nothing, you know, double yoke, everything finished beautifully. So this is my 3rd one. And then the last 3, here's the black one. So this is the first one I did, and I purposely did the black one first because I said if there's flaws, you won't really be able to tell with black, and there's flaws in this and you can't tell because it's black. But yeah, he wanted a solid black one, and so we got him that one. And like I said, this has utility snaps, the double, of course, double yoke, everything finish, you know, made sure to finish off the sides with that the heat and bond. And then I'll show you his favorite one last. This one is going to be his, it's an option. I won't say it will be, because I might make him something else, a button up, a short sleeve button up. It all depends on what he feels like wearing. I'll still probably make the button up, and then he'll just have the option. But this is going to be his closing, our closing day top. And so like I told y'all, he wears polos 90% of the time. So again, we did the utility snaps on the front. As you can tell, the only thing different I did here was the collar stand. I did in a lighter lavender color. So if this is, and oh, and with the placement of the buttons, like I said, he didn't want buttons all the way up the top because he don't close his shirts like that. He liked them where I'm open like this. So I just, there's a button, I can show it there, not a button, a snap about right there, but he likes to have that open, so it's just 4. And so yeah, same thing. Only thing different I did was the Collar stand is just a lighter shade. But yes, that is number 5. And last but not least, and this is the one I had the issue. Let me set these over to the side. Okay, here's the last one. This is green. The lavender, I forgot that. I don't know if I told you, that fabric came from Joann Fabrics, and then the black one was in my stash. I don't know where I got it from. This one is the his other one, his favorite, because it's Green Bay Packers, you know. But this is the one that I messed up on. Turned out wonderful. The only fix I have, and then it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Is on the front. On the front, as you can tell, actually I did the hole wrong, and when I put the snap in, it went right through. So I had to restabilize this whole area. That's why you see that interfacing there. But I'm going to pick all of this off. And same thing down here. Pick this off. Plus the snap is shifted over. And you all know, with utility snaps, you can take them off, but you need to do it with a drill. I was not going through that. You all know I did that for one of his shirts I made 2 years ago, and I totally messed up the snap and had to take the snaps out of his shirt. And the only way I found it on YouTube was to drill through. You have to drill through the top here, and then it pops out. But it's a lot. When I tell you a lot of work, it is a lot of work. And I had vowed to myself I was never doing that again. And so I knew I wasn't going to do it on this, but I knew I had underneath had the same thing happen with this one on top. So I restabilized it underneath, but I put the okay, you can see that better. See, I put the interfacing over too far. And so I'm just gonna unpick all of that. And it'll take me some time to do it, but I'll be doing it this evening while I'm watching TV, because this is one of his favorites. So I know he's gonna wanna wear this soon. And so, yeah, I'm gonna unpick that. And the thing is, when I was interfacing, I told you how I needed to interface behind down in that area. I've already had to unpick interfacing on a different shirt, because I actually, that interfacing piece down to stabilize, I actually put it on the front of the shirt instead of the wrong side. And so, you know, I had finished everything, and it was all this not on this one, but a different one, all this black stay tape. And so I just peeled it up, picked it up, and used my duckbill. I have duckbill scissors. Do I bring them up here? Oh, I don't think I have them. But you know, duckbill scissors have that nice look, looks like a duck's bill. It has that nice little curve in it, and I was able to clip all the way up. As a matter of fact, it was this one. On the front here was all this interface stay tape all out to here. So I just patiently sat and just unpicked it, and then I used my duckbill tape to cut really close up, and you cannot tell anything was ever there. Picked it all out. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing on this one. But you know, I did still this shift, but once I take that out, you won't be able to tell the difference with that. As well, of course, the person who makes it, yes, you will be able to tell. So that is it. Those are 3 of my Destashify haul makes. I do have more because I have leftover fabric. I have 3 more lots. I think 4 in total. I'll be able to finish off my workout wear. And so yeah, he is absolutely happy with them all. I'll be, if I didn't already, I'll pop up pictures here in a little video with him acting silly, dancing, happy because he got some new polos. He is so happy. Now I need to also finish his because he's wearing also in the video that you see in the pictures, his cargo shorts. He wants more of those. Well, not more, he just said he would like a khaki denim color and a black denim, because I've made him at least up to this point 4 pairs of those, and he's been fine with them. Plus he has some ready to wear ones he still likes and that he has, so he didn't need a whole lot of shorts. But I do owe him 2 pair of cargo shorts, which I'll have those done soon. I actually need to get him some black denim because I made the ones, those are the dark blue denim you see in the picture. So that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Yes, this was a labor of love, but like I said, batch sewing, I get to get all of his stuff out of the way until a future date. I told him, okay, you don't get anything else until after we move. But anyway, all right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know what you think. Which one was your favorite? You gotta let me know. Did you have a favorite? If so, what is it? What do you think? Leave all your thoughts and comments down in the comment section. I greatly appreciate you all tuning in today. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and we will see you on Sunday. Bye.